Sponsored by Squarespace. From websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence.
Jordan's messages.
Bonus message. How does it happen?
How?
What is it called, Josh? SupportBlimeyCow.com?
That's it.
SupportBlimeyCow.com?
That's it.
That domain wasn't taken?
No. Can you believe it?
I can't believe it. One of you didn't snatch that up and make us pay a premium? How nice of you. I knew we had great fans. If you go to that link and you become a patron for it's only $7. It's only $7. You have access to the bonus message that will be at the end of every single messages from here until eternity.
Every time we upload a new episode, we will send our patrons a bonus message.
One extra message that only they have access to. It's truly amazing.
Wow. How did we never think of it before?
Let's get to the messages. Hello, before Christ. My sister and I have always had a certain animosity, but it has been spiraling out of control lately, especially after she crashed her coworker's car. Wow. If I say or do something she doesn't like, I get a text or call later, usually in this format. What/why the expletive? Did you expletive do that expletive degrading women? I'm really tired of being talked down to like this. I've addressed this with her before, but she doesn't see what the problem is. I've been driving her home from work all summer, but ever since she crashed that coworker's car and my parents got angry at both her and her friends from work, all she talks about on the drive is how family isn't defined by blood. Like, fine, go get your coworkers to drive you home. I'm older than her, but she is constantly rude and degrading towards me. Please help. Oh, I forgot to stop the music. So you have a very rude sister who's clearly going through some issues here. I have so little context in this message. Your relationship with her is the only thing I have in this entire thing is that you guys drive in a car together. She crashed somebody's car. Okay, that's all I've got, Josh. That's it. How am I supposed to decipher through this message? This girl, this is how I know a message is fishy. The person writing this seems absolutely perfect. They seem like the most most perfect human being I've ever seen in my life. And then the other person seems like the most evil human being I have ever seen in my life. That is when your spidey sense it starts to tingle, and you think, wow, can I somehow fix something that I am personally doing? Instead of just putting all the blame on this person, because maybe they're going through something. Maybe something's going on with them, and you're just upset by the words that they're saying. Look, I would be upset by the words that she's saying.
What if I texted you bad words? Just, and I was like, hey, you expletive degrading of men.
Expletive.
Expletive. I mean, what would you think? How would you feel?
Well, it happens all the time. I just didn't want to get into that, Josh, but if you want to go into our personal relationship, that's fine. That's fine, Josh. That's okay. How I respond to Josh's expletive against men text messages. It's a simple thing that I do. It's so simple. I come here, and I film messages, and I answer your problems, so that I don't have to deal with mine. Josh, I'm starting to think that you sent this message to see how it makes me feel.
I was like, I wonder how Jordan feels from these texts I'm sending him with the expletives against the men. I'll switch it up a little bit so he doesn't figure it out. You got me.
How did they know Sarah was here? She hasn't been on the show for like forever. Hi, Sarah, Josh, and Jordan. I have a problem. A few summers ago, I began working as an intern for my church. I loved every minute of it and got to spend a lot of time with the staff, especially our church's pastor. He's a younger pastor, late 20s or early 30s, a bachelor. I'm kidding, Josh. I don't actually know if that's true. I just...
You'll find out. You'll find out.
And I'm in my early 20s. He's married with 3 kids.
You
Okay.
found out.
Okay. Am I supposed to be scared? He's kind and an amazing pastor, very progressive, and one of the most genuine people you'll meet. I really admire him. The staff went on a mission trip last year, and there ended up being free time to swim. My brain starts going, I mean, come on. I helped serving food to the swimmers since I'm not the biggest fan of swimming. Anyways, while I was passing out sandwiches, I over at the hot tub, and there's the pastor, ... shirtless. I cannot even explain to you what went through my head as I saw this man in a way that can only be described as that feeling you get when you're the last 2 people left in church parking lot after Wednesday night youth group vibes. What in the world do I do? He's married and I feel guilty. I don't want God to hate me for feeling this way towards the man who leads my church. What should I do and how to keep these feelings at bay? Pastor admirer. Oh man. Look, have we all been there? No.
I hope not.
No. But have we all been there in one form or fashion? Maybe you kind of started liking somebody who you were like, you know what, if God found this out, he'd hate me. I'm just kidding. Look, I'm
God's like, what's going on down there?
What? I'm just eating my sandwich. What's going on? Yeah, no, look, we've all been there in one way or another, all right? But at the end of the day, you can't feel bad for having just... It's not like you meant to. You didn't mean to have some kind of like reaction to this. You walk in, somebody you admire, you look up to.
Why is the youth pastor in the hot tub?
Well, Josh, that's another question for another day, all right? I don't want to get there, but I mean, I have questions about this man. He's got this young lady serving sandwiches to him when he's in a hot tub shirtless, and he's the flipping pastor. Like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong? But Josh, it's not about that. It's not about that. It's about, I'm trying to get to her feeling of guilt when she didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything wrong, okay? You had a natural reaction to something, and now you're assessing the reaction, and that's more than anybody else does in this world. And you think God hates you? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. You're probably the most respectable person I've ever met today. For the past year. So don't feel bad. Look, if I can do one thing to help you out, it's just don't feel bad, okay? Look, I felt bad for a lot of stuff in my life that I didn't even do. And you just feel like a terrible person, okay? I don't know if it's just like a Christian thing sometimes, Judge. It probably is. But look, just get over it, okay? You didn't do anything. And that's the bottom line. That's science. It's fact. Okay? I have decreed it. God does not hate you.
He's over it. He found out, he moved on.
He moved on. Now, guys, don't forget that you can go to our website, blimeycow.com, and find a form where you can submit your own messages for the show. When you submit this form, it sends Josh an email that contains your message. Incredible. We love our site. It's so easy to work on and update, and of course, we built it with Squarespace. Guys, Squarespace makes it so simple to build a website. Adding new pages and content it's just so easy. Whether you want to start a business, a blog, a web store, a portfolio, whatever it is you need, Squarespace has a template that looks so great and will meet your site's needs. You can modify things or just stick with their defaults, and either way, your site is gonna look awesome. The other nice thing is that Squarespace is an all-in-one platform, which means that they have everything you need to keep your site updated and looking great. You don't need any other subscriptions once you switch to Squarespace. They have audio blocks which support podcasting, and you can run email campaigns. And you can easily look at your site analytics too. Squarespace helps us run our business, and they can help you too. If you want your own space on the web, do it with Squarespace. Head over to squarespace.com for a free trial, and then when you're ready to launch, go to our link, squarespace.com/cow, because there, you're going to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/cow. Now, let's get back to the messages. I like to think, Josh, that every time Messages goes live, God tunes in. What's the call?
This is how God finds out what his children are doing.
Yeah, he's out of the loop. What? Okay, let's find out what they're really doing. saw my pastor shirtless and I'm scared of God. Hey, Jordan and Josh, I could use some advice. I work for a neighbor and it's a pretty sweet job.
Oh. This one is gross. Prepare yourself.
Why are they all getting grosser by the year, Josh? Actually, by the day. I missed the days that messages was, Jordan, what's your favorite color?
People didn't watch those ones.
They didn't watch those. The couple is older, and they're super nice. I get paid extremely well. His wife makes me lunch. I choose my hours. It's a great job in general. I've been there for 3 years, and I've known him pretty much my whole life. Then, this past summer, he's been kinda creepy. Last week, for example, his granddaughter and I were working with him cleaning the garage. I was in the cabinet section, and he had to move past me. The walkway is narrow there, and it's kind of... What kind of garage is this? A cabinet section of the garage? What does that mean?
In a narrow pathway of the cabinet section of the garage.
This whole place is... It's the setup. The walkway is narrow there, and it's kind of hard to move past someone back there. He put his hands on my waist to get past me, and it was really weird.
He was gonna lose his balance.
Uh-oh.
He's very old.
Is that all it was? He didn't have to do it.
Oh.
No, he didn't. And it made me uncomfortable. Then, when he was talking to his granddaughter, he called her nicknames like... I can't even say it, Josh. I can't even say it. You can see it on the screen. Maybe he was just being nice, but we were both creeped out. He's not always creepy. It's just every so often he makes me and his granddaughter really uncomfortable. I don't want to start drama with his family. My dad works with the son at a company, and I don't know what to do. Am I freaking out for Emily? I didn't think that, Josh, you were going to be able to top the shirtless pastor in the hot tub with the sandwich in his hands. But you did. You need to tell somebody, okay? Did she say that she... Look, you said your dad something with the... works with them or something. Get him involved, okay? I'm normally not this serious on messages, Josh, but if he's saying sweet lips...
Ugh.
That's not a saying I hear older people say, ever. I've never heard an older gentleman say, hey, sweet lips, like that. If that... Like, you know, sometimes you can have leeway for people for saying things that maybe were said back
he's old. He doesn't know any better, but sweet lips?
No. Or something, or like darling. Sometimes older people just say that. But sweet lips? No. No, under no circumstances that has been okay ever.
Sweet lips.
Sweet lips.
Sweet lips.
How can you make that innocuous?
You can't.
I don't think you can.
Alright, so the answer is simple. I'm gonna make this short and sweet. Lips. Tell your father. And if it's not your father, tell your mom. And if it's not whoever, just tell somebody else in your family. And if not, just... I'm done. And you don't have to deal with this because you shouldn't have to. It's just, that's how it is. Tell somebody, get it over with, move on. Maybe never see this guy again if that's the kind of stuff that he pulls, Josh. You never know. Look, that guy's brain, that man's brain is not thinking, wow, I wonder if God hates me. Let's put it that way. Let's put it that way, Josh. The ones who worry about that the most are the ones who probably need to worry about it the least. Oh, look, Josh, this one was submitted by a patron. Okay, you upgraded it from the bonus message to the actual episode.
It's a good question.
It's a great question.
Got the upgrade.
You got the upgrade. Hey, Jordan, and also Josh, cutting right to the chase. They know how to do it on supportblimeycow.com. I've been trying to talk to new people recently, but I'm oddly bad at coming up with things to talk about. I feel like I'm kind of horrible at getting to know people who aren't mutual friends, and I just want to be in the spot where we're able to talk about anything already. I'm honestly starting to wonder how I even got the friends I have in the first place, whom I'm able to do said talking about anything with. So, I must ask, How do you come up with things to talk about with anyone? And do you have any good topic suggestions that feel natural to bring up? I would also like to add that because of my supposed inability to really get to know people, I'm also starting to wonder if I'll ever meet someone who will want to marry me. I'm 21 and I've never been in a relationship, so I feel like me wondering this when I don't have a single friend I would ever date is somewhat rational. Breakfast food. All right, so the question, Josh, how do you make some wiggle room in a conversation so that it's not super awkward? And it's not just this rigid thing and it's like this robotic, all right? This is what I do. And it's worked for me really well for like ever since I learned to start doing it. I don't even really know how I learned to start doing it, but what you do is and it's not like a piece of advice you give like a formula. It's you ask people about themselves. And not only that, but you genuinely be interested in what they are saying. And that's not something that like you can just tell somebody to do and then they just do it. Like you like honestly have to be interested in what they're talking about and them as a person. That's what I've found has helped me when I'm in, because I meet a lot of people, like if we do events or we do, Blimey Cow or things like that over the years, like homeschool events, things like that. I talk to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. And that's the one thing that has really helped me, because if you don't do that, the conversation gets really awkward very quickly, and I've learned that. So just kind of getting over the fear of, people don't want to listen to me, because even though people at these events want to talk to me, sometimes you can feel like that. You just have like this inferiority complex or whatever. But if you just ask people about themselves and you're genuinely interested in what they're saying, I mean, you don't realize how much people appreciate that, because most people don't get that ever, like never. With their family or with their friends, they might feel like you feel, where it's like, no one. People aren't gonna care about what I'm talking about. But if you do that, I mean, you're gonna make somebody feel so special that you're gonna have your new best friend right there, and your new marriage partner, Josh.
Well, it got an upgrade.
Got an upgrade. So that's what I would say. Josh, you know what? We're about to transition. This is church. We're about to transition over to the bonus message time. But the person who I answered their bonus message, they might not even know that I answered it because they're not a patron. At supportblimeycow.com. Look,
they will know you saved their life.
You gotta find out. You gotta go there. Go there, supportblimeycow.com. $7. And it might be you as the lottery, Josh. We don't support gambling, but if it is an important question, maybe. Don't be messy. And leave good messages.